it's a relatively compressed training camp, 3 practices and then a game. What do you need to get accomplished, and what are the key things you need to work on in the preseason?
Well, it starts with really establishing our identity on defensive end and offensive end. We did a lot of work during the summer. I think guys did an outstanding job with conditioning. Now it's about getting all of our principles in, understanding how we want to play on defense, understanding how we want to play on offense, and really putting foundation down for us going into the season. Once it comes to the training camp, practices that become longer, we compete more. That becomes like really good opportunity for us to coach more, to get into the details, and really start creating chemistry on a team. Seeing different guys in different combinations, how they play together, how they find each other, understanding roles. I think that's the most important thing now.
The combinations are going to be really interesting. You got a lot of guys in that 7 through 12 who all have right to play.
Yes.
What's going to determine who does?
It's going to be very simple. Like, it's going to be who is performing the best, who is giving the most to the team, and everybody got to be ready at any point of time. It's a long season. There are a lot of games. Everybody's going to get opportunity in a certain point of time. But I think for everybody, they need to understand that there is another guy on a team that's competing for the same minutes. So everybody got to take it very, very seriously. At the end of the day, it's going to be my decision who's going to be there on the floor, and I'm really, really excited to have this group of guys working this hard, which makes my job harder to who's going to be on the court.
You mentioned yesterday that there's obviously been a ton of roster turnover here over the last couple of years, more continuity going to this season. Did you feel that today, that level of familiarity, getting these guys back in the gym that maybe you didn't have on the first day of camp?
For sure. I think it felt that we're not starting from a zero. It felt that we're like really starting to build on foundation that we created this last season and over the summer. So majority of the guys, they know how we want to play. They know our basic principles, and they can really help during the practice, keeping other players, younger players, new players accountable and helping them and coaching them, which was amazing today. That this was really, really good first day.
You spoke of the defensive identity. At Summer League, those guys were playing defense like they were on fire. Of course, you have more fouls to work with in Summer League, and they're Summer League games. Is the thinking there that you want to dial them up to 11 and you can always turn them down, or is that like the ferocity that you think is sustainable over the course of the season?
I really believe in that our defensive identity has to come from a mindset of that we want to dominate on defensive end, that we really want to make our opponents very uncomfortable, and for that you need a lot of work, and for that you need big time commitment, and that's what we have from our group. What we did there in a summer league, I think that's something for us. It's a good start. It's something to build on, and I think the NBA is changing as well. I think there is going to be more and more teams that are going to be picking up full court. They're going to be playing more defense. We saw 2 really good defensive teams going to the NBA Finals, and for that you also need the depth of your roster, guys that are able to do that.
I was going to ask about that. Like, you spoke about liking to play 10 or 11 guys in a rotation. Does playing that way require playing 10 or 11 guys?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like that way, no chance you can go and play 48 minutes games. I don't think this style of play that we want to have on offense and defense, I don't think nobody can be in a shape to play 12 minutes straight, to be honest with you. I think shorter stints, play hard on both ends of the floor, raise a hand when you need a little bit of rest, and I'll get you back in the game. And I think playing that way, it's keeping everybody honest and accountable, and it helps. Like, if you don't have it, somebody else from the bench is going to have that same energy and ferocity that we need on the floor.
As a coach, how do you balance, I'm sure you thought about the roster, you come into the year with an idea of like starting or how the rotation breaks up, but how do you balance that and what you think versus, giving guys the space to maybe break into the rotation, or guys further down, to knock someone off the court?
That's a really good point. I think spending time around the guys in the summer creates certain opinions, and then once you go into training camp, I told coaches, we talked about it, let's give opportunity to all the guys to prove us right or to prove us wrong. In a sense that they might be able to do more and better than we expected. So I don't like set mentality. I believe in all of those guys that they can improve and grow, and so I got to look them through those eyes as well. So we're going to be watching film, evaluating every single day, and seeing where we are.
Darko, looking at the court, the way you split it here, you look like you guys have like 5 or 6 shooting guards. How do you evaluate your options there, and who's going to ultimately what does someone need to do to secure the minutes there in that position?
I mean, it's going to be for everybody like how aggressive they're going to be on defense, how they're going to embrace our offensive style of play, and how they're going to fit in. So all of those guys, they're fighting for limited spots on the roster, and that's what you want. That's what you want. As I said, there is a reason why there are 15 roster spots plus 3 two-ways. NBA season is a long season. It's a long season. A lot of things are happening unpredicted. Very few players finish the season and play 82 games. I think you get really lucky if your starting 5 can put together 65 over 70 games together over the course of the season. That's just the reality where we at. So every player on this roster is extremely important for me and for the organization, and we're going to treat the guys that way.
From a coaching perspective then, is it manage expectations? How much of that is your job, especially with a very competitive position like that?
I'm always going to be honest and talk to my players, and I'm going to have the best interest of every single player. At the end of the day, I'm going to make decisions who's going to be playing and how many minutes they're going to be playing. And I always want guys not to take anything for granted. If you're starting now, doesn't mean that you're going to start the next game. If you're in rotation now, doesn't mean that that's for the rest of the season. If you're out of rotation, that's not set in stone. So work. Prove yourself, look for the opportunities, so when those opportunities present itself, as I said, my job as a coach is going to be putting those guys on the floor and finding their best usage, and I just want all of them to make it really hard on me.
Darko, Sandro is one of the new guys. How big has the learning curve been for him, and what have you liked from what you've seen?
So Sandro is very smart. Obviously, he just finished a couple of weeks ago playing Eurobasket and being with national team of Georgia. So for him right now, it's we're really trying to go slow, not to go ahead of a curve, to go with basic stuff to help him out. So I don't want him to overthink the game at this point. I want him to be himself and really play, and along the way to coach him up.
Darko, a lot of the players have described him as very active and involved.
Coach, welcome to Calgary. How does it feel to be able to connect with this part of the country?
It's awesome. So for Thursday, we have a planned outing to go see Banff and area. And I was I don't know if I want to go or not, but trust me, there was 20 people, you have to go. It's amazing. I heard so many things about Calgary, how great city is and how people over here are welcoming. Looking forward to meet local fans over here. I know how much Canada is supporting Toronto Raptors, and that's not just the team of Toronto, but the whole country of Canada. So we're really, really excited to be over here. And every year we're always looking for the opportunities to go visit different places. And coming to Alberta now is very important for us. And I want guys to have opportunity to meet locals and to get to know Calgary the best.
Being at University of Calgary, there's been a lot of buzz with you guys being on campus, especially with open practice on Friday. How do you expect the atmosphere to be with students and the local fans?
Electrifying. I expect everybody could come in great spirits over here to enjoy seeing our guys. I know that our guys are really excited to go out there and play, so it's going to be a great night.
What's it like to have that this national fan base supporting you guys?
Well, it's amazing, right? 40 million people pulling for one team. It's a great honor. It's a great responsibility. We feed off of our fans, and we always look forward to interact with our fans across the whole country.
And what's this facility been like in your short time here?
It's been great. I was really impressed with the facility. The floor was awesome. We were able to go out there and really compete on a high level today. So it's a beautiful facility here.